In this video, I'll show you the biggest mistakes I've done when building my $2.5 million store and the lessons I learned that will help you avoid doing similar stupid things like I did. One of the key decisions you'll ever make, and one of the hardest ones to change down the line, is choosing the platform for your online store. I've seen people work with Magento, WooCommerce and BigCommerce, but none of them are as good as Shopify. Shopify is the de facto winner of the e-commerce wars and has a great ecosystem of apps built on it, so it's really flexible and scalable. Shopify can take you from 0 to 100 million without you ever having to worry about server capacity or performance. As you grow, you'll also need more customizations for your store. Shopify is one of those platforms that just works out of the box. No coding needed, plug and play, really straightforward. I used to be a web developer for my career and I chose it on purpose. I just didn't want to look under the hood, and I don't have to. The cheat code for this stage is just go with Shopify. Let's move on to the next stage. Before anything happens in your store, you have quite a lot of work to do. You'll need to find a supplier, secure the test batch of your products, advertise, create listings for your products, create good quality imagery, plug in the payment gateways and set up accounting. You have to do all that before you can even get your first order in. But before you get your first order, your business isn't even a business, it's just a vision or an idea. Once you get the initial orders coming in, then you can say you've proven a concept for your store. Your proof of concept should give you an idea of all the problems and challenges that you'll encounter with logistics, dealing with suppliers, international payments and tax and so on. So don't rush it. Make sure you hit all the legal requirements as you go along so you don't end up in trouble in the future. Thankfully, I don't have any horror stories about the proof of concept stage, but it was a hell of a lot of hard work. I had to find what customs agency is, register for the EORI number, line up with the logistics partner, find storage space for the goods. Plus, we had to find a carrier for the orders and work out how to send 20 to 30 parcels a day without it being a total nightmare standing in post office queues. Your cheat code for this stage is reach out to other e-com brand owners and ask how they do things. If you need help with getting your business off the ground, book a call with me using the link in the description below. The next critical step where I've gone wrong once was with the product market fit. I thought that if I like certain products like organic gluten-free pasta, then everyone else would as well, and they'll sell. But nothing could be further from the truth. I ordered a sample quantity from our supplier in Poland and they just didn't sell. It took us like 6 months to clear the initial test order and we never reordered again. Similar thing happened to me with pea protein. I'm allergic to lactose and I can't have dairy. For that reason, I have to choose a plant-based protein source. I always use pea protein, even though it's quite disgusting. And I thought there would be many more people like me. So I ordered 25 kilos of pea protein as a sample batch, and I still have some of it left after a few years. The lesson here is there's no way of knowing in advance if your product will have a market fit. You have to start actually selling it, looking at the sales numbers, sales velocity, repeat customers, average order value to gauge whether a product is a winner or a loser. For that reason, make sure to order a small test quantity first, even if you have to pay a higher price for it. At this stage, you'll have to advertise your products or invest in SEO to get any traffic to your store. So sign up with Google Ads and Meta Ads and experiment with various creatives to see what works best for your product lineup in store. Some products are platform specific, like products people already search for are naturally suited more to Google. So if you're selling a replacement part or furniture, for example, Google might work better. I keep trying to advertise on Meta for my food supplements, but the return on advertising is really low compared to Google. So don't do what I did and don't just choose one platform, experiment with both and choose the one that gives you better results for your products. But the most important thing is do not proceed without a product market fit. Your job will be really difficult to impossible without it. The way we do that in e-commerce is we calculate your customer lifetime gross profit divided by cost of acquisition. This number should never go below 1. You would be instantly losing money. But to make sure the business is worthwhile, you should keep it above 2, ideally closer to 3. So never spend more than 50% of your customer lifetime gross profit. The gross profit calculation might take you some time and you'll need data for it. The formula is not that difficult, but if you need help with it, book a call with me using the link in the description below. And I'll make sure you're on the right side of having a profitable business. This ratio of customer lifetime gross profit divided by cost of acquisition is so important, it should be your North Star. Everything you do in your business should either aim to increase the lifetime gross profit or decrease the cost of acquisition. The Williams Formula One team asks themselves a famous question: does it make the car go faster? If the answer is no, then you don't have to do it. For you, the speed is that ratio. Always look to increase your lifetime gross profit or decrease the cost of acquisition. It should drive all the decisions you make in your business. Once you have a reliable trickle of orders coming in each and every day, you should then analyze data to see the sales trends. You should know what your best sellers are, what your average order value is, what your profit per order is. The next stage is to take all that information and to work out your return on ad spend, otherwise known as ROAS. You want to be in a situation where the ROAS is really, really high. That means you have the scope for spending more money to get more customers. At this stage, you won't really know what your true lifetime customer value is, but you can work out with the assumption that your ROAS should be at least double of your profit per order. This will make sure you make a profit on each and every order you fulfill. Even though it sounds really weird in terms of ROAS, you should be aiming for a value that's as low, not high, as low as you're comfortable with. That means you're maximizing your paid media's potential. A low but still profitable ROAS will means that you will get the click and not your competitors, and you will make the sale and not your competitors. The whole conversation about ROAS is a really complex and difficult one. Thankfully, I have some resources that can help you. You can download the margin calculator sheet from the description below, but I think the best thing to do is to book a call with me and I'll explain to you how you should think about ROAS and how it applies to your business. You can find the link to booking a call with me in the description below. I look forward to hearing from you. Once you've gone through the initial stage of scaling, you will always hit a plateau at a given revenue level, but don't despair. There are ways you can get through that plateau and reach the next level of sales. My favorite strategies are, first of all, on-page optimizations to make sure you don't put off your prospective buyers. You answer all the questions, your brand positioning is spot on, you lead with trust and credibility, and don't give people any reasons to leave. The next important piece is email marketing. You should always be capturing as many emails as possible in your store and emailing customers as often as you're comfortable with. You should be sending behavioral emails, otherwise known as flows, and also keep regular email campaigns to keep everyone in the loop and remind them that the offer you're running at the time. So I have a separate video on that. Coming back to the on-site optimizations, you should learn about merchandising. This is the way of presenting your offer to people so that it's most enticing. The next thing is the offer architecture. So you might just have a straight discount, or maybe you want to play on the buy one, get one free, or buy two, get one free model. The next thing you can do is to implement post-purchase upsells. So when someone places an order in your store, you know what they've bought and you can offer them additional units at a very low price. That offer would only be available for a handful of minutes, so there would be natural scarcity and urgency to accept it. There's no end to on-site optimizations and structural changes you can do, but you have to be very careful. Sometimes what you think is a great idea will end up hurting you in the long run. So it's critical that you split test any changes you make. My favorite software for split testing in Shopify, it's called VWO. It allows you to set up everything visually before you have to do any coding. Again, if you need help using it, just book a call with me using the link in the description below. You might think that once you've done all the on-site optimizations and off-site optimizations, everything's going to be good. Yes, to a certain level. But it's critical that you keep revisiting your site and keep making it better and better, playing with new offer architectures, introducing new products and product lines. Also build up the organic content for your brand to make it really well-rounded, respectable business. You have to remember that all your competitors are not asleep and are actively working to beat you in the game of e-commerce each and every day. So only by working to maintain your position can you have any hope of having a long-lasting and successful business. If you want to ask me a question about any of these topics, please book a call with me using the link in the description below. Until the next one.